Hey guys, I am down in the comic cave sorting through some comics and putting together a stack here of comics for a theme cover challenge today. Stick around and see what I got stored for you guys. Hey guys, Eric at SideQuest Comics, and today is a comic theme challenge. So today's challenge is a cover challenge based on a theme. And today's challenge, it came to me. I was called out a couple weeks ago, beginning of October. And October kind of got to be a little crazy, and I'm just getting to it now. I've been working on the some of the pile, and I got back into it today when I came down here to do some sorting. And I put together a nice little pile of some comics that I want to share with you guys that kind of match this theme. Now, this theme, it's like I chose 10. I had like a bunch of books, and I'm like, this is too much. It's going to be too long of a video. So I whittled it down to 10 books to show you guys. So it's kind of, I guess, my top 10 body transformation comic books. Now, this challenge was originally put out there by Allan at Comic Collector Geek. He does like Friday challenges a lot, and a lot of the community members jump on it because it's a neat little kind of thing to challenge yourselves. It forces you to go through your collection and look for covers that kind of fit into a certain challenge. Like I remember one he did a couple weeks ago. I think it was stairs. And I was like, stairs? How the heck are you going to do a challenge with stairs, covers with stairs on it? And I'll tell you what, the couple of people that did it, they knocked it out of the park. I was impressed. I'm like, I don't know if I could have done that one. But today's challenge of body transformation, it kind of has a little bit of interpretation you can do. And I was challenged actually by my buddy Nate at Hollywood Comics. He did it. I don't have as many as he does. He did a whole bunch in his video. So if you guys haven't checked it out, go to Hollywood Comics and check out his body transformation challenge video. And yeah, I finally got to it to do mine. So like I said, I found a big stack. I whittled it down to what I think is my favorite 10 I got in here. So let's go ahead and jump into looking at what I picked out from my collection behind me that fits into body transformation. So before I start my top 10, I always have comics that I just can't make a cut. I can't decide, do I keep them? Do I lose them? So I usually throw them into an honorable mention category when I do these kind of videos for you guys. And I'm going to start off. I got a couple here that are honorable mentions. And one of them is this variant cover from, this is the Darkhold, it was called. It came out a few years ago. This is actually Omega, so it's not like a 1 or a number 2. It's like a prequel book for the Darkhold miniseries that was basically just a bunch of one-shots, but this was a variant cover of it, and I thought it was just very grotesque. You got the Scarlet Witch here, who I think in the miniseries, if I remember right, it's been a couple of years, she basically becomes one with the Darkhold book. It's a book of, the demons and spells and all that stuff. And in this cover, I think they're trying to basically represent how she merged with this book, this evil book. And I mean, look at how grotesque and transformed she is. I mean, the tentacles got eyeballs on it. So I think those are like vampires or demons or something in the background. Oh, you know what those are? So they were one shot. So you have Wasp, you have Blade, you have Iron Man, I think Spider-Man, and I can't remember who the other character was. Black Bolt? Yeah, Black Bolt. So these were all characters that were featured in the storyline. They had their own one-shots. I don't know why they do a bunch of one-shots. Just make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 type of thing, but whatever. That's Marvel for you. But yeah, this was just a variant cover. I thought it was pretty creepy for my first honorable mention. Second one, I got to go with a classic favorite of Plastic Man. So this is Plastic Man number 14. This is the DC series when they kind of brought him back into, the modern times. He's just one of those characters that I think of body transformation as actually something physically changing with him. I guess Plastic Man's always kind of fallen into that because he can stretch his body out. And he, a lot of times, if I remember right, he usually would turn his body into different things too. Like he would stretch his hands into like rubber mallets or something like that. So this was an honorable mention. Plastic Man. If I'm going to say Plastic Man too, I kind of have to follow up tied with Marvel's Rubber Man here, Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic. This is from Ultimate Fantastic Four. This is number 2. And I thought it was just a cool cover. Adam, yeah, Adam Kubert did the cover here of Old Stretch there. I always thought it was weird when I saw them stretching his neck like that. I know some of the other stretchy characters did that, and I always thought it was just weird. So those are my honorable mentions. So let's go ahead and jump into my 10 books and see what I got for you guys. All right, so I got 10 books to show you. These are my top ones that I picked from my collection, guys, and I kind of separated these a little bit to you guys. I put them in a little bit of categories. No specific number order other than that. I think the last few are kind of my top ones. But I'm going to start with DC books. So I separated them by that way. The DC ones I'm going to start with. And my first one I'm going to start with here is number 8 of the first volume of Supergirl. This cover is really cool. She's got snakes on her head. I guess she's basically turning into Medusa. She can't help herself, and she's turning the rest of the guys in the Justice League, that's Green Lantern, Hawkman, Batman, they're turning into stone. So I thought that was kind of neat. It's a throwback, the whole mythology of Medusa. So yeah, it's kind of neat. I really like the artwork in this. The snakes look, I like that they're different snakes too. That's kind of cool. But so there's one right there. And next up for DC, following that one up, this is number 72 of Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen. Now on this cover, we have a bunch of different transformations of Jimmy Olsen. So we get to see him as, what is that, Turtle Man, and we got the werewolf and his, I think they called him, do they got the names in the bottom here? Yeah, they got Giant Turtle Man, Human Porcupine, Wolfman, and Elastic Lad. So these are all different characters that Jimmy Olsen turned into in this series, Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen. And they are classic characters. Yeah, if I'm doing a body transformation one, I gotta include this one. So hilarious stories, Jimmy Olsen. He's always getting into trouble. Next up for my DC pile here, I have another Superman's girlfriend, though, this time. Not his pal, it's his girlfriend, Lois Lane. This is number 27. And this is where Lois Lane gets a super brain, and she's kind of grotesque there with that big bulbous head. And Bizarro thinks she's gorgeous, and he wants her to marry him. But yeah, so this is hilarious. She thinks she's a freak, and he's just like, she's the cat's meow. He loves that big bulbous head. All her hair fell out. But yeah, this one is a hilarious cover that I know a couple times DC and other Superman series, they have, kind of played homage to this one. Yeah, her with that big bulbous head, man. All right, so guys, my last one for my DC stack here. I only had a couple. I did 4 for the DC, and this one is probably, I'm going to say this is my top DC one that I have when it comes to body transformation. And this is a little bit of a rough copy, but I'm happy to have in the collection. Is Justice League of America, number 7, and we got some straight up body transformation here. So yeah, the Justice League here characters they're looking in a funhouse mirror, and the mirror is actually really changing them. So speaking of bulbous heads, we got the Flash there getting a big old head, and Wonder Woman's put a little weight on there, and Green Lantern stretching out into a beanpole, and poor Green Arrow looks more like he kind of looks like a leprechaun there. He's kind of pint size. The only one that wasn't affected here is Aquaman. He's trying to figure out what the heck they really changed into something, that just scary, and he's trying to figure out in this how to change him back. So this is an old one, 10 center. Like I said, number 7 in Justice League. This might be my oldest Justice League issue I have. And it's been on my list for a while. I got this recently at Fan Expo, and I think I paid under $20 for it. So, like I said, it's a little rough, but that's okay. It's a fun read. Okay, next up, guys, I got about 4 books that are my Marvel books that kind of fit into this body transformation challenge. And I'm going to jump right into this first one I picked out here. And this is part of a mini series. This is the last issue, number 4 of Storm and Liliana Magic Volume 1. And this is number 4. Now, I picked this one because in this issue, Magic it turns into the Dark Child. This is the first time we see her in her kind of alter ego demon, kind of persona where she gets a tail. They don't have it in this picture, but I've seen in other like New Mutant related comics that she gets hoofed feet sometimes. She gets horns, and she basically kind of becomes more demonic. It's that link to limbo that she has. So this is basically the first time we get to see Dark Child. So kind of a big book for her. And this is kind of almost like a split personality that for a long time and the different runs that she was in Magic battled that second persona, almost like it's like a good side, dark side type of thing. But this is the first time we get to see it where she transfers into a little demon girl. Next up out of my Marvel pile that kind of fits into this body transformation is an older one by John Romita Sr. that a lot of people didn't realize he did this cover, but this is number 6 of Ghost Rider. And it literally shows Johnny Blaze on the cover transforming from human to the demonic Ghost Rider where he's got the flaming head and stuff. So that's kind of a neat thing for that time period. This is back in the early mid 70s. And, and even down below, it shows him getting on his bike, riding off after he's transformed and raising hell. So yeah, these old Volume 1 Ghost Riders, I really liked how they showed that, demonic side of Ghost Rider, whether it was him or the villains that he was fighting. So very cool cover to see, the 3-step transformation of them to the character that we all know and love is that riding that motorcycle. Next up, this one pretty much falls into like the whole body horror genre. It is transformation, and this is a Hulk cover. This is from the newest series, the last series actually of Incredible Hulk, and this is number 28, where we actually see the Hulk. I don't know if this is Bruce changing into the Hulk or it's Hulk going back, but look at that. That's straight up body horror where you see like his teeth stretching and he's got multiple hands, which is weird. And yeah, he's just stretching out and it's very I don't want to say grotesque, but you can see all the veins and stuff stretching out. I mean, it's not bloody. It's very weird, stretchy out type of stuff. So yeah, this is, like I said, this is the newest run. They're getting ready to start a new run of Hulk. I think it's called Infernal Hulk. And this was a cover that really stood out out of all the series of, I don't think I can ever even remember a Hulk cover that's showing transformation like that. Very, very different and cool. Now, guys, last up for my Marvel stack here is probably one of my favorite Marvel comics. It's an X-Men book. I love my X-Men. You guys know that. And I love my Wolverine. So this is an oldie. This is the Uncanny X-Men 234. And this was a storyline where they were fighting the Brood aliens, which are basically parasitic. They kind of infect you with like an egg embryo, and it kind of takes over your body and your brain, and the people that they infect basically become Brood. So in this one, we find out that the Brood cannot infect a Wolverine. his healing factor is fighting off that parasitic infection here. But what a cool cover by Mark Silvestri of Wolverine, kind of starting to change into that brood alien, but his body's mutant power is kicking in and fighting it off. So this was like when I got this and read this storyline, I liked the storyline. It blew my mind because at that time, Alien, the movie, was super popular. So this was like me getting more of that. So I love it. And of course, I was lucky enough. I got Chris Claremont to sign it at a local con a couple of years ago. So I got to get Mark Silvestri to sign this. It's one of my big goals because this is one of my favorite X-Men books. And this one is one of my favorite body transformations for Marvel. Okay, guys, so that was 8 books so far. I got a last 2, and these ones are kind of going to be classic body transformation ones, and they're horror related, of course. So first one I got here is from Vault of Horror. I like this one. It's another like multi-panel cover where we get to see characters in here. They're kind of getting all lovey-dovey, but the dude's girlfriend here, as they're, smooching and stuff, she's changing right in his arms into this kind of horrible hag-looking monster. He's talking about he swore to love her to the day he dies, and he really meant it. And then she transforms into this monster, says, "I know you did, darling," as she's getting ready to eat him. So this is kind of that classic horror comic that is not grotesque. It's a monster cover, but yeah, she transforms into a monster and then she's going to eat him. So that's my 9th book here. And then guys, my last one today, very similar to that one. It's a horror book. This is from Supernatural Thrillers number 4, and this is featuring classic Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Now, I can't do a body transformation cover challenge without including this one, right, guys? Jekyll and Hyde, that's kind of your old school transformation. You got the doctor there in more panels. He's taking his serum, and then you see him on the cover slowly change into the monster that is Mr. Hyde. And then look how beastly he is, he's kind of coming right out off the cover at you, which is kind of cool. So yeah, this one is my last one for today's cover challenge, guys. Let me know down below what you guys thought of these 10 books, plus my little extra ones. Did you think they were pretty good body transformation covers? What was your favorite? If you guys haven't done so, give me a thumbs up for the video, subscribe if you haven't, and like I said, comment down below. What do you guys think of these books that I showed you for the challenge? Did I do a good job for the challenge? Is there better ones that maybe I should have picked? I really scoured my X-Men books looking for a body transformation. I knew that one right away was one I wanted to include, but I kind of went through all my other ones. I wanted to kind of do a little bit of from DC, a little bit from Marvel. I didn't really go through my like Image and Dark Horse and stuff because I don't know, that stuff was what I was finding was a little more like grotesque type of thing, and not so much body transformation, or they were like already werewolves, which I guess would kind of fit in there. But I went basic and just went for the cover showing something different about the character. So if you guys haven't done so, feel free to do a challenge yourself maybe and post it up on your channels, or let me know, like you said, what are some of your favorite body transformation covers. And if you are interested in checking me out over on Instagram, head over there. You can see some posts that I do throughout the week, whether it's Mutant Monday, or sometimes I do a What's New Wednesday and show off in a short what I picked up on New Comic Book Day Wednesday. So guys, that's all I got for this video. I wanted to do a quick video for you guys of this cover challenge, body transformations. And I'm going to get out of here, you guys. And hey, when you're out there looking for some cool theme books like body transformation, happy questing, and we'll talk to you next time, guys.